back to another one of my Bring a Blanket live writing and productivity sprints, but it's an extra special sprints today because I have my lovely friend Hananya with me. Hello, Hananya. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Excellent. What are you going to be working on today?
Revising my book.
Cool. Excellent. And how's that coming along?
I basically did a whole round of read-through and commenting on it during camp. So I'm going to now actually start changing things and like implementing it so that I can become a more finalized draft. Awesome. It's not going to be final, but like better. So
better
I'm excited.
Yeah. Very cool.
What are you going to be working on?
That's a good question. That is a good question. Well, I have a very exciting pet insurance form to fill out. So that's going to be number one. Yay, such fun. And then I kind of need to get myself organized, I think. Okay. Things have been a bit crazy. I need to sort of make some lists, get organized, and work out what I actually have to do before I do it. So I think that's going to be the first thing. Anyway, guys, if you haven't been to my channel before, my name is Emma Bennet. I write contemporary romance books and I'm from the UK. And we normally do these sprints for about 3 hours, usually 25-minute sprints. But if you'd like a different time than that, just let me know. I'm going to be using the kitten timer today, made especially for me by the SD Houston. Oh yeah, none of you guys have got your own personalized timer by SD, have you? Oh, favoritism. That's what's going on here. Yes, so it's super cute. It is a little distracting like the first 15 times that you see it, but after that, it's fine. And you can easily ignore the kittens. Yeah, it's fine. I especially like it when they're being all fierce and like fighting each other. I like to watch those bits. Okay, let's have a look and see who is in the chat. We have Dreaming Truth there. Oh, and by the way, I haven't put Hananya's channel link down in the description yet, but I will do. So make sure that you go and check out her channel because it's completely awesome. And she does lots of author life vlogs, which are just, they're lovely. They're just lovely. They're so relaxing. I just sit down with like a cup of coffee and I just watch you going about your day. And I just love it. It makes me happy. The lovely Linny Sprinkles is here as well. We know that Hananya is here already. And Laura Gomez. Hello, Laura. We've been joined by AuthorTube royalty. Parrots.
Oh my God. I mean, it's fitting for Coronation Day.
Yeah, true.
Royalty in the chat. I mean,
this must be for you, Hananya. It must be. Just saying, it must be. And Linny is going to be revising too, still on the annotation phase. Proud of myself for saying annotation correctly there. Okay, me. And Barrett says, like button smashed, planning to sneak in some flash fiction at work while it's slow. Very cool. I've been doing a little bit of kind of flash fiction with the writing class that I've started doing. It's not something that I generally do, but it's been fun.
All right.
It's been very fun.
It's a different challenge, I feel.
It is, definitely. I tend to be all about like the whole proper story, if you like. But yeah, it's kind of fun. Although bizarrely, the stuff that I write for flash fiction is not romance. And I think that's because I don't genuinely believe that I can make a connection between two people in just like 2,000 words max.
Right.
You know? So it's, yeah, it's weird.
It is weird. It's hard, I feel.
Yeah, it is. And I think, yeah, we were watching, what was it? Notting Hill, the film Notting Hill we were watching. And I used to love that film when it first came out. I really, really loved it. And I'm watching it now and my husband looked at me and he was like, this is ridiculous at the end. I was like, I know. They've spent like 4 hours in each other's company while they've been awake. They can't be in love. They've got no connection. Maybe I'm trying like 12. We'll go with 12 hours when they were actually awake that they were like talking to each other. And I'm like, that's not, no.
You can have an interest in someone, but.
Yeah, you can have an interest in someone. You know, I suppose you can feel like a connection, but I don't think that you can like change your life like she does and say that she's going to stay in the UK when you've 12 hours. So that's kind of the cynic in me, but I sort of feel the same about like flash fiction if it's romance. I just, but you could have like a lovely meet cute.
I was gonna say probably the meet cute you can have.
Yeah.
But
I think that
full
would be
on
fun.
like wrap up, probably not.
Yeah. You can't have the full happily ever after, can you?
That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Barrett says, Flash is fun when I'm in a story rut. Yeah, just so that you can kind of be creative and get some different ideas. And Royalty, nah, I'm the court jester. Yeah, I know. I think of like everybody that I know on like AuthorTube, I bless him, I think it's only Richard that's like interested. And Barrett says, interesting about not writing romance in Flash, I see the short time for connection. Yeah. Oh, Captain Pinard has joined us. Hello, Captain Pin. How are you? How are you? How are you? And Margaret was asking which work Barrett was at. And he works, I knew that he works in a store. I watched his video about it. I don't know if you've seen it, Hananya, but he was like,
so.
It's so funny. He like walked into this store. I'm trying to think that he like walked into the store and was like talking about the furniture and stuff in it.
Yeah.
And basically ended up being offered a job because like
because of that.
He was just so great, like standing there and talking about the furniture. Completely awesome.
That's a cool story to get a job. Can we like, use that in writing? Like that is better than what we can come up with.
Yeah. Margaret says stomach gnawing for sustenance. Have you still got some of that seed cake left? It's probably not good. That was made like more than a week ago, and she's finished morning pages. Very cool. And I wrote some romance in my scenes in April, but it is fast.
Yeah.
Adrian's here. Interesting.
You're not happy about that?
No, I'm not, because he put me in timeout yesterday.
On
his channel. So, no, I'm not happy about that. No, it's lovely to have you here. Just don't cause any trouble. Okay?
I think he's coming bearing gifts. Just keep reading.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. Margaret says she's fast. Thanks for sharing that with us. That's lovely. And Lula is here. Lula reads. And Adrian says your paperback is coming. Yeah, I saw in another chat that you were off to the post office because I won a copy of Adrian's paperback.
Nice.
Yeah, and his
I heard they sold out super fast.
There was, I mean, I'm sure it's selling very well, but I think it was more of a problem to do with the printing.
No, it's sold out. That's what we're sticking
with. Sold out. Everyone, if there's some available now, Adrian, pop the link in the chat. If there happen to be any available now, which there probably won't be, but buy them up because these things are going to be worth a fortune. Seriously.
Yes, they sell out fast.
Yeah. But no, I felt so bad because it was like he was asking, he was doing like a quiz. And I was like putting loads of answers in because I wanted to win. Right. And he said there were a few people co-hosting, and they said that the co-host answers didn't count because they already. But one of the co-hosts had put the answer in the chat, and Adrian said, "Oh, nobody's got this right except Martin." So I looked up Martin's reply and quickly stuck it in. Just enter. And I was like, "I said that. I got it right." And Adrian's like, "Oh, okay, I'm sending you a book." And I was like, "No. No, don't. Like, I cheated. I shouldn't have this." But then he did the spinning the wheel of fortune thing with everybody's names. And my name kept coming up like 3 times in a row.
It's meant to be, Emma.
It's meant to be. So the first copy I shouldn't have won, but like the next 3, you know. Yeah.
So really you should be getting 4.
I proved myself. Yeah, but I got to spread the love. I've got to let some other people have copies, you know. Barrett says it was a professional meet cute.
Yes, it was.
It was, definitely. Margaret has eaten all of her seed cake and she's going to make the chocolate tea bread next. Okay. Nice. Which, you have butter on that? Is it like a tea cake where you toast it and you have butter on it? I don't know. I'm a big fan of butter. Like butter and me are very close. Lenny says, might actually spend these sprints thinking of a new title for my project and making a new cover for it. Cool.
Exciting.
Fun bits. Adrian says it was an accident. Yeah, it's always an accident with you, isn't it, Adrian? Like when you forgot who I was as well. Margaret says, going for a second print run already. Woot! Titles are always a struggle for me, says Barrett. Yeah, they can be, can't they? Sometimes they're not for me. Sometimes they are. Like the novella that I'm writing at the moment, I have got no idea what to call that. It's a sequel to my book, The One That Got Away. So I kind of want it to like link in with that, but anything I can think of sounds stupid. Like the one that got, because it's going to be their wedding. So it's like the one that got married, the one that got hitched. I don't know. It all just sounds stupid.
The one that stuck?
The one that stuck. The one that stuck. Okay.
I don't know if you like that, but you feel free to use it.
Oh, I will. Don't worry. Like, I won't feel bad about using your idea at all. That's fine.
Good.
It was on my stream. Anything said during this stream is officially mine.
It's free, yes.
Yeah. Copyright me. Margaret says, who loves book mail? Book mail is the best, isn't it? Absolutely. I've been getting a lot of book mail because I got a bit overexcited buying books for my writing class.
Nice.
Another one arrived today and I was like, oops, I forgot I bought that one.
It's the best kind of gift, though, sometimes.
I know. Morningstar is here as well. Hello, Morningstar. We better get started on the sprint soon, you know. There are too many comments to go through. Then he says, I have to rewrite the ending to this project so it changes the whole vibe of it now. Oh, cool.
Okay.
Yay, Guy is here. What's your Guy? How you doing? You causing some trouble in London? Did you manage to make it over there and like mess things up? Dickie. I imagine that Richard is on his best behavior and you shouldn't call him Dickie because he doesn't like it. Margaret says, I think I would go without the buttered version, but it's not made yet. Who knows? Okay. Do you know what's really good? Toasted and buttered panettone. If you slice panettone cake and toast it and butter it, it's amazing. Here we go. Okay, right. We really will have to hurry up through these, otherwise we're not going to get any work done. Lula's saying that her library was taking too long to get a book she wanted. Yeah, that is so frustrating. My library takes pictures as well. Adrian says Emma holds a grudge. I'll let it go as soon as your book arrives. How about that? Yeah. And Barrett likes your idea, the one that stuck.
Okay.
Yeah. Or the one that didn't get away. But is that too similar to the one that got away? I don't know. RC says, I got your email, Spanx. I don't know who Spanx is. I want to know, though. Yeah, I do want to know. Okay, and Margaret says, I suggest fishing-themed sequel titles to match. Oh, okay, like the fishing thing. Okay. Like a fish that got away. Adrian says, I don't call him Dickie, I call him Ricardito. Does he like that? I don't think he does. He likes to be called Cliff. Just call him Cliff. There we go. Okay, right. Let's get some writing done, I think, because that is what we're here to do, after all, isn't it? It's the general idea. Now, let me see. Oh, look, it came up looking quite good. I quite like that. Are we happy with this arrangement? Yeah, okay. Right, and so let's be all productive and awesome with these gorgeous kittens in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Hello.
How did that go for you, Hananya?
Not awesome. I mean, I did write like 2 new sentences, but it wasn't like I just got distracted. People were texting me, so it's fine. We'll make it work later. It's fine. How about you?
And was it the cats as well? Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I filled out that form and I was quite proud of myself because I even needed to know like what my dogs and I was like, who knows their dogs microchipped it. So that was good. I got that sent off. Yeah. And I made a list of everything I need to do for the rest of the day. So that was good. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, so let's see what everybody been up to in the chat. I missed RC's comment about peanut butter on bacon. Thoughts?
Peanut butter on bacon?
Peanut butter on bacon. Why would you do that?
I mean, I'd rather have the bacon like that. I don't need to combine it with peanut butter.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of crazy
if that's your
mind
taste.
does that? But why would you look at a piece of bacon and a tub of peanut butter and think?
Well, I guess it's like the kind of almost sweet and savory, isn't it? If you consider peanut butter to be sweet, and then, you know, I mean, I'm not a peanut butter fan in general, so don't ask me. But
it's especially not good. Yeah, very strange. Very strange is what I say to that. Very strange.
I would say to me, it doesn't sound great, but
no, it sounds disgusting. You're being polite. It sounds disgusting. RC, you're weird. Okay, and RC had forgotten who the beautiful Hananya was.
It's all right.
But hopefully he's now subbed to your channel, so it's all good. Where are we? Oh, yes. And if anybody didn't see it, I popped a link to Hananya's channel there. And after we finish the stream, I will pop it in the Doodad Ujum Flip It description thing as well. But I don't want to try to do that while we're doing it.
Yeah, it's okay.
And RC was asking if you want to do another stream. He never asked me to stream with him, ever.
Well, maybe this is his way of making it up to me. I don't know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess that is nice. And Morningstar subscribed to you, so yay!
Thank you.
Who doesn't love new subscribers?
Right.
And ML Bull came in saying hi all. I was wondering if anybody had spotted my youngest coming in. I'd seen that there was like a board game festival or something that I saw advertised, and I said to him, oh, did you know there's this board game festival, because we all love board games? And he was like, oh no, what? And was like leaned into the thing to look at my phone, and I was like, no, get off the screen. I mean, I think a lot of people worry about putting their kids on screen in case they're like kidnapped or something, but no one would want him. So
you don't know that.
No, see, well, they might want him, but they'd give him back, honestly. Yeah. The kid could argue with a spoon. Yeah, honestly, like an hour max, and they'd give him back. Dreaming Tooth revised 2 scenes. Laura edited 3 pages. Cool. How is your synopsis coming today? And because Laura is writing a medical for Mills and Boon, because they have this, I can't remember what it was called, but it's like a pitch contest thing going on in May. But I'm wondering when in May is it the whole of May that you can like submit? So I think she needs like the first few chapters and the synopsis. So I was just wondering how long she's got to do it. Well, that sounded very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool indeed. And because the great thing about Mills and Boon is you've got all those foreign editions. You've got your foreign edition money.
That's true.
Lenny got 8 pages edited. Feels good since I didn't get much editing done last night. Cool.
Well done, you.
Yeah, well done. And I hope that your headaches aren't coming back again. Laura said, come on up. There we go. Did one of Emma's progeny make an appearance? Yes, a very brief appearance. And Margaret says, back with butter and sugar mixing. Oh my goodness, she's actually making her chocolate tea cake thing or whatever it was called, like while we're streaming. That's so cool.
I know.
That's so cool.
Makes me want to get a piece of my apple pie.
You still have apple pie?
Yeah. I mean, I'm by myself. I'm not gonna eat a whole thing in like 2 days.
Sure, well, I would. You have like a lot more self-control than I do. I'd just be like, what's for dinner? Apple pie.
Apple pie.
Oh no, poor Paris has been locked out in the garden. He's traumatized. And Margaret said, having to substitute like a quarter of the ingredients. Oh. That's rubbish. I'm one of these people who would probably like go down to the shop and get the right ingredients because I'm fussy like that. I'd be like, it might not taste exactly right. ML Bull says to RC, cinnamon, apple, and saltine crackers taste like apple pie. Okay. And Laura says, it's a blitz that opened from the 1st to the 12th of May. So not very long. It's not quite the last minute, but yeah, you might want to.
Still have like a week, you know.
Yeah. Margaret said, just wanted to finally say Hananya's name makes me think of a Hawaiian friend in college. Unami. I think I had probably butchered that name.
I was going to say, I am not even going to try that.
Okay, I thought you were like, I'm going to say you really did butcher that. But
I mean, I'm not going to try it because...
And Linny says, no headache migraines today, which is nice since I'd hate to have my birthday ruined by, and of course, very subtle reminder, happy birthday, Linny. Are you going to have cake? Yeah.
If not, you should.
Yeah, is it going to be cake? Yeah, exactly. You should just, even if it's just like a little cake. Because if you're anything like Andy, he doesn't like big cakes because there's too much cake. And it's 25th birthday. Oh, he's the baby.
Such a milestone.
Do you think? Yeah, quarter of a century. Exactly. I'm closer to half a century. Heather said, coming in to say hi and hit the like button. Hi, Heather. I'm going to have to let that dog in at the moment. And Margaret says, how, Nonny? Very easy. Well, yeah, when you know to say it like that.
I was going to say.
Yeah, like when you know, it's like those crazy Irish names like Saoirse. It's like, that's just absolutely, like some of those spellings are just crazy. And then he says, hoping to have cake. I'm probably going to buy some strawberry shortcake. Strawberry shortcake, wouldn't you know, while at work today. Oh, you have to work on your birthday though? That's stinky. Yuck.
That is a bit stinky.
Yeah. My birthday's in August, so I've never in my whole life either had to go to school on my birthday or go to work on my birthday. And I plan to keep that up for my whole life. Okay, it's like my life ambition is never to work on my birthday or do anything that I don't want. I'm over half a century, says Heather. Leveling up. And Laura says it should be illegal to have to work on your birthday. It should.
It should be just like a mandatory day off or something, you know?
Yeah.
You get a day off from work.
Yeah.
Exactly. Paid day off. I agree.
Yeah. I was going to ask for the day off, but my boss said she wouldn't have approved it. Oh.
Why?
That's so mean. I mean, I wouldn't want to not have you around for a day either. Like, I get where she's coming with that, but still, come on.
But still, yeah.
Yeah, that is really, really mean. And And then he says, I always graduated from school during my birthdays, and last year was the first time I've ever worked it. My bosses kept disapproving of my leave request, even though I give them months in advance. Oh, for heaven's sakes, that's so mean.
That is very mean.
The worst. Okay, I'm going to get us into another sprint so that I can let this dog in, because his barking and scratching at the door is driving me mad now. And then I will go and kill the son who let him out and then didn't wait to bring him back in again. So that's what I'm going to do this sprint. Right. Okay, let's be all productive. And Austin in 3 and 2 and 1. Let's go. How did that go for you, Hananya? Was that a bit more productive?
Yeah, definitely. That went better. I feel like I figured out chapter 1 a little bit. I just need to add a bit of a scene, and then I think chapter 1 is done. So that's good.
Nice one. Super productive. I like it. I was having a lovely time, actually. I was reading a book, Rapid Regency. I'm rubbish with the camera here. So it's an author's quick guide to writing Regency romance. And it's really cool because it kind of gives you just like quite simply basic stuff that you'd need to know if you were to write a Regency, like what did they wear under their gowns?
Okay.
You know, if you're having a scene where someone's getting undressed, all the different titles that they had, you know, do you call them Lord or Lady or Baroness or whatever?
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting, actually. It's like, oh, okay. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. And I thought I really want to finish that today. So I thought I'll do some of that for a couple of sprints and then I can kind of tick off that I've done that. So yeah, really cool. Because one of my sons got it for me for Mother's Day and it was about £10. Like it wasn't a cheap book, especially because it's not very thick, but actually I think definitely worth it.
Yeah,
definitely worth it. Just for like the time saved, because to find out a lot of this information without having it like that, you'd have to look up so many things and read so many bigger books. I think
exactly. I love the condensed version of stuff sometimes where it's like, I just want this information and I want it quick.
Yes, yeah. That's I was filming a video earlier today and I was saying about the book about how to win NaNoWriMo, which you gave a quote for, didn't you? And I was saying that it hadn't ended up being like anywhere near the 30,000 words I had set myself in Nano. And I said, well, I could have just kept on like, you know, waffling away and, you know, like you get sometimes in books. And I thought, no, I want it to be that someone can pick it up, they can read it in a couple of hours during Preptober and just get on with it. I don't want them to be, you know, going through all of this stuff that isn't necessary. It's like, just give them the stuff that's necessary.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right, so Heather left us looking into the chats. Watching cats sleep is making me quite sleepy. Oh.
Well, I hope you have a lovely day.
Yes. And poor Morningstar is allergic to cats. And she has to. Yeah. My husband and one of my kids is allergic to cats. It's really annoying. And Margaret said, you live in Wales, where presumably the nearest shop is much further, and still you'd go out to bake. So I was pointing out that, like, I don't live in. We used to live on a farm that was 5.5 miles away from anything at all. That was really annoying. Because if you like just needed like a pint of milk or something, it was like,
yeah. Or if you went to get groceries and then came back and you were like, oh no, I forgot there's one thing that is like very necessary.
Yeah, and it was an hour to kind of go into town, you know, grab something from the supermarket and come back. It was really annoying. But here we're like in a little town, so it's fine. We have this really cute little health food shop down the road, which is lovely, and a little supermarket. So it's cool. And the cake is in the oven. But she used non-Dutch cocoa, which I had never heard of. So I looked it up, and non-Dutch cocoa it's lighter in color and it's not as chocolatey, basically.
Okay, interesting.
So, I had no idea.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I don't know. Maybe you'll need to answer that at some point, and now you'll know.
Yeah, that's true.
Life or death situation. They're like, you can live if you know what non-Dutch cocoa is, and you'll be like,
I do know.
You do know. Lindsay popped in. Hello, how are you today? And Lula has been chatting with a Canadian wanting to send a book from the US to Canada via Amazon. I hope you got that sorted. And Lula had her first live stream yesterday, so I was congratulating her. The first one is so terrifying, isn't it? When you just have no idea what to do.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. And you've seen other people do it, so you have like a vague idea. You know that things are supposed to come up and there's supposed to be a timer and things, but yeah. And you can't really practice it beforehand. Well, maybe you
a little bit in the studio you could, but
yeah,
it's never the same, because then you don't have people and like it's just you and it's not live. So that whole like live aspect and like people actually watching you do it is all like,
yeah,
okay, now it has to be perfect, but it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to be you.
It doesn't exactly. It doesn't have to be perfect. It will never be perfect. The point is that, we're here working alongside you, isn't it? It's company.
Yeah, exactly.
Laura says, oh, that sounds like a useful book. Laura is as bad as me for wanting to write all the different things. Yeah, she's terrible. You're doing a medical. You're not writing a Regency. Behave. Lenny says, 10 pages edited. Finally got to the point where my old edits are all transferred to this new round of editing. Well done.
Nice.
And Margaret says, Regency stays, different from the Victorian corset. And what, you don't grow up knowing proper forms of address, Emma? Funnily enough, I don't have any friends who are dukes. So, no, there's whole levels of undergarments and things. It's very complicated. And Margaret says, research so many things. Yeah. And for some reason, I have all natural cocoa. Will be refilling with the darker version. And it's smelling good. Oh, I want to see a picture when it's done. Can you send me a picture? And I want to know if it tastes good. Yeah, because it sounds good. And Lula says, I spent the last half of my stream lying on my bed to read rather than on my exercise ball at the desk with the computer in the 25-minute work sprints because I was hot. Yeah, it suddenly warmed up here a little bit, but I mentally haven't caught up with it. So I took the dogs out earlier today. I mean, it's not hot here at all. It's like 15 degrees, but I'm still wearing 2 pairs of trousers because I've been so cold for so long. It was like, okay, I'm really uncomfortably hot now, but just my bottom half.
I was doing the same this morning when I was like going out for a bike ride to the swimming pool, and I was like, oh, it looks like it's nice weather outside. I'll just wear like, normal one pants, like long pants. And then I was like, oh, I'll just wear like a sweater and then I don't have to wear a coat. I was hot. I regretted all of my choices.
Yeah. But we're just still not used to it, are we?
I'm still not used to it. And also because it was really nice weather one day and then the next day it's just like pouring. And I'm like,
yeah,
what's this?
What's it like? Make a choice. Make a choice.
Yeah.
And Lula thinks her exercise ball needs more air because it's starting to feel lower to the ground. I don't think I'd be able to focus if I was sitting on an exercise ball to work. I think I'd be so worried that I'd fall off the exercise ball.
It's meant to help with like your stability and stuff, right? It's
yeah,
like, really good for your body.
It's really good. Yeah. I'm just not sure that I'm coordinated enough to actually do anything working and stay upright.
Right.
And Lula says, I don't have a chair for my 2 desks. Instead, I move my exercise ball to wherever I need. Oh, I like it.
That's good.
I like it. Yeah, it's probably really good for you.
Probably, yeah.
I like the idea of a standing desk. And I like the idea of a standing desk with like a treadmill.
Right. So I like that idea, yeah. My desk can be turned into a standing desk. I just have to press a button and it will just lift up.
Very nice. Do you ever do that?
Sometimes. Not enough, I would say. But yeah, with like working from home all the time, I use it sometimes when I'm working.
Yeah.
But yeah, not enough, I would say.
I don't know. I think if you were just like replying to emails and things, I think that would be really good. But I think I wouldn't be able to be relaxed enough if I was standing, if I was like writing something or having to be creative.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
Yeah. So have you always worked from home, or has that been since the thing that we
since the whole thing? Yeah, no, used to be in the office every day, and then my apartment turned into a home office. So
really cool.
Now it's kind of 50-50.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? So you kind of get to go in and like see people, but you can also stay at home some days. I think that's ideal, isn't it?
And do your laundry.
Yes.
Which is like the best perk of working from home.
Yeah. Well, that's what I say to my sister, because she used to work before the thing that we're not going to mention. She worked full time at the house, and so did her husband, and they've got 2 little kids. And I used to say to her, like, how do you like, do the laundry and like post parcels and go to the bank and do all those things that like people do,
especially all the things that require you to be during like Monday to Friday during work hours, because like some places are not open after that, so you can't go after work. So then it's like, how do I do this? Like, I can't go during work, but I can't go after work. So do I take a day off? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, take a day off just to like, because you have a parcel to return to Amazon or something. Yeah,
it's just ridiculous. But I don't know. I feel like the whole working from home situation has definitely helped me to do like a lot more things of like, I can just turn on the laundry machine and then hang it up between meetings or something, which is very nice, because that makes me feel like my evenings are my evenings and not all the home chores.
Yeah, especially like when you get home tired from work, if you've then got to do your washing and everything as well.
Just can't be bothered.
It's a bit rubbish. We have been joined by 1N. SD Houston. Just got home from my monthly massage. Very nice. How was your back? Did they massage your back, or did you just ask them to steer clear of the back?
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Maybe if it's like a light pressure, it might be okay, but definitely not a deep tissue. You can't do that.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't like that. I would not like that. Where are we? People saying hello. Margaret said, I thought the EU had figured out that working hours thing, Hananya. Yeah, it's like,
it is better, don't worry. But there used to be moments where I was like, well, I'm at work full time. I work, 9 to 5, and sometimes longer, because that's how life works, right? So then you're usually out before, like, for example, the pharmacy or something. If you have to get something from the pharmacy, it's like, I can't go because it's only during business hours. But luckily, like some places, like most places, are open on Saturday now, so it should be fine. But used to be times where I was like, I don't know when to do this.
But for some reason in Wales, loads of places are only open on Saturdays until lunchtime. I have no idea why. It's like, but Saturday's the time when most people are going to be out and about and shopping. Why would you close on a Saturday? Like,
I don't get it. I mean,
and Laura Gomez said, hedgy mug. Yes, my hedgehog mug. I love my hedgehog mug. And I was kind enough to buy my husband one with a fox on it, and he thought it looked like a dog, and he was like, why have you bought me a dog mug? I don't like dogs. And it caused a whole domestic. So now he's not allowed to use it. So I've got 2 mugs.
Good.
There you go. And SD said it's feeling really good regarding the back. That's brilliant.
Good. That's good. I'm glad.
Yes. I told her about it and she went lighter in that area, but she said I didn't have any of the tension I usually had in that area and down to my hips. And I didn't jump, which I usually do when she'd hit on problem areas. Awesome.
That's good. Okay.
Rita says, what's wrong with your back? Oh, Shannon had surgery on her back a little while ago. So we're all fussing over her basically because Shannon doesn't fuss over herself enough. So we're taking over that to free her up. So she says, so I think the surgery has definitely helped, but I also haven't been to the gym in 2 weeks, so that might account for the fewer knots and what not. We'll see if it changes for next time. Start gym again on Monday. Oh, I bet you're glad to be getting back there. I know you like the gym, but that'll be cool. Good. Okay, right. I don't know what is this third sprint when I put this up. Maybe. Yeah.
So fourth.
Yeah.
Third. No, third. It would be a third, right?
Yeah. We know what we're doing. We're good. We're professionals.
I mean, we've been on for an hour and a half. I don't think we've done 3 already.
No.
Because we've talked about it in between. So
yeah, it's been cool. Okay, let's get some more productive stuff done, guys. With these little kittens, they're so cute. Okay, let's be all productive again in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. the end of that sprint caught me out there. I thought I had a few more minutes left for some reason.
Me too.
I don't know why.
Sorry.
It was like, the music. What's going on?
Me too. I was like reading something.
What's
I was like,
going on?
oh, we're done.
Exactly. How did that one go for you?
Pretty good. I'm trying to get this scene kind of written, but I think I'm at the stage where I'm trying to combine like everything. So not just me writing the dialogue and then doing like a little bit of action, and I'm trying to make it all kind of in this draft. So I think I'm just struggling doing the description part because that is what I struggle with in general. So I'm like slowly but surely writing this little tiny scene. So
cool.
Spent the last minute trying to figure out what the correct way of lie, whatever is, because I always struggle with that. I'm always like, what did I use here again? Like, what is the correct way?
So did he lay on the bed? Did he lie on the bed? Did he?
Exactly. It's like,
yeah.
I'll figure it out. It's fine.
Weird one. SD probably knows all about that.
Probably.
She's very good with grammar and things like that. So I finished reading that book, which was cool.
Oh, nice.
And now, I mean, I was like 3/4 of the way through. Now this is a printout of one of my manuscripts, Center Stage, the book that I wrote during NaNoWriMo. And this was actually printed out by one of my beta readers because she likes to print it out. So I was just beginning to have a look at the comments that she made. And she caught a mistake on page 2 where I've put Jessica set up her speakers in the corner and selected the music on her phone. Okay. Then 2 paragraphs down, she went over to her bag and fished out her mobile, which she kept on silent.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We can make that work, though.
We can make that work. It's fine. It's just so funny, isn't it? I think there are so many things that we don't pick up ourselves in our own writing, and we can read it through and read it through and read it through, and then somebody else reads it, and it's like, there we go, straight away. And it's like, yeah, that's completely obvious. Why didn't I see that?
Oh, well.
There we go. That's why we have beta readers, isn't it? Shannon was explaining her surgery on her back that she had, which really made me kind of go, oh, I don't like the idea of that. You're very brave. I really hope that it helps. And she does seem to be doing a lot better. I mean, if you're going back to the gym on Monday, then you really must be doing well. So very, very cool. Very cool. And you decided it was apple pie time. Very good. Was it yummy?
Yes.
Good. Did you have it by itself, or did you have some ice cream or something with it as well?
No, I just had it by itself.
That's cool. Cool. And SD had to head off because she has a meeting with MK Williams in 20. Yeah, I've got both dogs are like circling me here because they've decided it's time for them to be fed. Because they get fed at 5, so it's 5:01. So how they know, I don't know. So Richard dropped in saying hello from the coronation, and then we were all like really excited, and then he just deserted us again, which was so harsh. I had good questions. I asked if he had quiche, because there's the coronation quiche thing that is like the official food or something. I don't know. Asked if he'd stolen a fancy horse for me. I'd love one of those fancy horses.
Oh, that cool.
That'd be very, very cool. But yeah, so he's left us hanging, which was a bit cruel of him. Margaret is running hither and thither, doing social media for pre-orders and Kickstarters and GoFundMes. Don't mind me. Is that your own pre-order and Kickstarter and GoFundMe? What's going on? I want to know the details. Jenna popped in to say hi, and she's going to be doing a little bit of a lurking. Who doesn't love to lurk? And Joanne popped in as well. Laura Gomez was asking if Richard was actually there. And yeah, he was. He sent me a picture on Instagram Messenger earlier. It looked really miserable. I said to him, like, that looks really miserable, to be honest. It's just all these people looking very British in raincoats with umbrellas blocking everything. So it's like, to each their own. Like, I'm sure he's having an absolutely wonderful time, but I was just like, you got up early for this, seriously. Like, that looks miserable. Watch it on the TV. I imagine there's a really good atmosphere there, though. But I did point out that he's like in the crowds, not like he wasn't invited in the cathedral, I'm assuming. How cool would that be if he did a vlog?
I was going to say.
Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel as the crown's being put on his head. That'd be so cool.
I'm just here with my pal.
Yeah, just here with my pal Charlie. How you doing, Charles? Not too bad, thanks, Dickie. Don't call me Dickie. Author K popped in as well, popping in on my phone to boop the like button. Thank you very, very much. He must have got very wet. Yeah, I think he probably did. Although, you know, he's British, we're used to it. Probably had waterproofs. Let me tell you a secret about me. I love my waterproof trousers. They are my favorite thing to wear. And this is because if you wear waterproof trousers, no one knows what you're wearing underneath them. So I can just go out and walk the dogs and it looks like I'm just keeping dry, but actually I've still got my pajama bottoms on underneath.
Fair enough. Good move.
Yeah, thank you. And Eva said, I went through and liked a bunch of Shannon's shorts during that one. Cool. Shannon has been doing really, really well with her shorts recently. She's been putting a lot of effort in. And Eva says some really great writing prompts. Yeah. And then he got distracted by social media and eating pizza. I wish I could get distracted by eating pizza. I was going to make pizza for supper tonight, but then I discovered that my 2 avocados are ripe. So I was like, okay, stop everything. Then that has to change. I now have to make something that requires the 2 avocados. Because who knows what they'll be like tomorrow.
That's true. I was thinking about having pizza tonight, though. So
pizza's so good, isn't it? Nula says they have 6 days for the package to arrive in this book. Normally it takes 7 or 8. Oh, the suspense.
Oh.
Margaret P says, I finished reading 2 books yesterday. Finally, the perils of reading too many at once. No sense of accomplishment. Yeah, I get like that sometimes. I do.
Yeah, that's sometimes why I enjoy like the short books, because then it feels like I've accomplished so much more.
Yeah, like, go me.
You're like, oh, I'm already halfway through, and then you're just like, yay. Whereas like with a really long book, it just takes forever, and you're like I'm not making progress. Exactly.
What I really love is getting into bed and like bringing over my pile of books that I'm reading, like kind of 4 or 5, and being like, who shall I start with tonight? Okay, I'll read a little bit of you, and then I'll read a little bit of you. It's really nice. I love that. And Laura says, I haven't printed out a whole book forever. No, neither have I. I don't need to, because I know that my beta reader always prints it out and gives me the printout. So then I just use the printout. See, smarts. A lot of smarts going on today. A lot of smarts. Eva says, oopsie daisy, but I'm not sure what that's in relation to.
That was to earlier. Don't remember what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, sorry. Margaret says, no, nothing of mine, but for the anthologies and efforts I'm part of. Oh, yes, you are part of lots of cool anthologies at the moment. If there are pre-order links that you want to stick in the chat, please do. I'm sure there'll be people who would love to check those out. Eva says more people would go to inaugurations of American presidents if our nation was the size of Alabama. Not me, but more people. Fair enough. Yeah.
She also said that it was about the page 2 in your book thing, where it was like the oopsie daisies with the phone.
Oh, cool. Thank you for catching that. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
I always
have.
I have
it later.
Funniest one. I had a dog hoovering once instead of hovering.
Oh,
they
yeah.
were hoovering the floor.
I've had the rain poured instead of like poured. It was pour.
Poured. Yeah. I've had I picked up the receiver of a phone, but I put retriever, like the dog, instead of receiver. So I picked up the retriever.
It's just these little things that just slip in, you know?
I know, and you just don't notice them, do you? Lula says, I'm so hot. I've got a floor fan and a ceiling fan on, and I've got the air conditioning on blast. I hate Texas summer. Oh.
Do you want to come over here? It's less warm here.
Yeah. Margaret says you can do that with regular trousers too, Emma. I know. I have like comfy leggings, cotton leggings that go underneath my trousers, which is why I was so warm today. Layers is the key to comfort and warmth, people. Eva says cultural divide. I just go out in my pajamas to walk the dog.
Fair enough.
I don't know, like I feel pajamas is a step too far. And also I have actually had people like in the town we used to live, it was a bit bigger. And when my books first started coming out and I was in like local magazine and stuff, I actually had people coming up to me in the street and going, oh, you're the author of that book, aren't you? I bought a copy. And I'm kind of like, do they really want to meet the author in their pajamas?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I know. Eva's showing off. I just had a donut, glazed twisty sort. I am so hungry now. You guys are being so mean. So mean. Margaret says, I definitely do that with a pile of books in bed too, Emma. Yeah, it's so nice. And I've got like, at the moment, I'm working my way through this book, The Daily Stoic. So it's like a page a day with kind of this little bit of Stoic philosophy from the ancients and then like a modern take on it. So that's quite fun. So that only takes like a couple of minutes. So it's like, there's that one. And then, you know, oh, it's just nice. I love it. I love it. Eva says to Margaret, did you ever see any of the Quirdies enter the year awards for her books read? I don't know if she did one last year, but she did for 2021. So much fun. I don't read enough for it, but you do. Margaret does read a lot. All the books that nobody's ever heard of as well. It's awesome. You get the best recommendations from Margaret's channel. Margaret says, I'll spare you if you want the links that in my IG stories. Yeah, I think I was liking some of those earlier, actually. Margaret says, I have not, Eva. Behind this year, so doubt I would rock anyone's socks. That's a good saying, isn't it? Rock their socks. They'll come up to me in my pajamas, Eva says. Lenny says, trying to come up with new titles and I'm coming up blank. What's the title you've got at the moment? I can't remember. I did see it on the picture, but I can't remember what it is, I'm afraid.
Do you want us to brainstorm and chat?
Yeah.
Surely do that.
Well, we're going to anyway, whether they want us to or not. So, yeah, because we do that. Eva says, though it's a pretty slow neighborhood, not a lot of wanderers. Well, mine's an actual like little town, so there's always people out and about and things. Although, the people here with their dogs, they're just nuts with their dogs. I don't know if it's because they were a lot of dogs that were got during the thing that we don't mention, so they haven't been socialized properly. But honestly, if I go out and one more person grabs their dog and runs away from mine, when mine are just walking along on the leads completely normally, I've actually had people shriek like, oh, running off. It's like
it's a dog.
It's a dog that's just walking. There's two dogs. They're Labradors. There's a Labrador ever attacked anything, and they're walking along like just nicely on the lead, paying you no attention whatsoever. It's crazy here.
And they're scared of that.
It's really weird. I think like especially if they've got little dogs, they seem to think that every other dog's going to attack them.
Okay.
Or the dog just starts going absolutely mental if it sees another dog, because its owner has always like picked it up and freaked out if another dog comes near it. It's really weird. Like the place where we used to live, it was lovely. There were so many places to walk your dogs, and we had so many friends who had dogs, and we used to meet up and stuff to let them run around together. And here it's just nuts. Absolutely nuts. Laura Gomez says, you can be that eccentric author in the village. Everyone expects authors to be a bit weird anyway. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yes, give us something to go on for titles. Absolutely. And Eva says, cultural divide. Our towns and cities aren't designed for pedestrians. Yeah, of course. Yeah, driving everywhere. I walk everywhere if I can. Dog-related errors, wonder why. Yes, lots of dog-related errors. That's it. It's always been you is Lenny's title, but I'm trying to make the project be a more accurate memoir, so the ending is just trash now. Oh. Margaret says, oh, Stoics, I wanted to get the Travel for Stoics book for a friend forever. You just reminded me. Oh, there you go. I finally realized that I already knew if you like long titles. I quite like long titles. Marcus says, that reminds me of, I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding. I've never used that in a book, and I'm determined to. I've got to use that in a book. It's just so cheesy. It's brilliant.
It is very cheesy, but it's so nice.
Let out a breath. Didn't know she was holding. I don't know. I think I've just never had the nerve to I think you've just got to own it. You just got to go for it, haven't you? Yeah, I need to. They don't capitalize it when it's a sentence. What have I missed, Hananya?
I don't know. Is she referring to I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. There we go. See, you're so good. You're so helpful. And Eva says, I added it into my middle grade. Yeah,
nice.
Good woman. Good woman. Linny says the memoir goes on about past crushes with the current one visiting. Then it also goes over gender and sexual identity issues.
Okay.
Because and speaking about Margaret, because she said it like a title. And Julie Z, I don't think that you've been in my chats before, but it's lovely to have you here. It says, haha, I've used I let out a breath. I was very aware of holding, or something like that a few times. Very cool. Own it. Yeah. I just love it. There's just something about it. I'm just like, yeah, I must use it. Whirlwinds. Oh, that's a good title. It took me a minute, and then I was like, oh, it's a title. Whirlwinds.
That is a good title.
That sticks. And then he says, sexuality, identities. Oops, sorry, I'm a bit unfocused now, trying to brainstorm. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry. That's cool. I do like whirlwind.
I like that.
Yeah, I quite like shorter titles. I find that they just stick more, whereas if you've got longer ones, sometimes
it's like the something, and then they remember the end, or it's like it's the end, remember the beginning, and then it's like it's something that starts with this.
Yeah.
So, but if it's catchy enough,
Yeah, if it's catchy enough. Yeah. And Julie Z says, it's my first time, like the stream, and happy to get some writing in. Fantastic. Please make sure that you boop the like button if you haven't already, because it really, really helps my channel. And check out Hananya's channel. The link is somewhere in the chat. I should probably put it again, because it's going to be really hard for people to go back for that, isn't it? But it will be down in the description soon after we finish here. Because I only knew that you were going to be joining me. Like, was it
yesterday,
Thursday, or was it yesterday? Yeah.
Was it yesterday?
And then I was overexcited that you were joining me, so I forgot to put it. And you got it. She's coming in. Okay, right. Let's do some writing. This will be the last sprint. We're going to be timing this pretty well.
We're doing so well.
I know. It's such professional. Oh, Eva says, I thought of how the memoir goes on about sounded like a roller coaster of emotion, but roller coaster didn't sound like a fun title to me. Roller coaster sounds like a little bit crazy, doesn't it? Like it's all just ups and down and there's no control to it to me. I don't know. Okay, so let's get all productive and awesome for the final time today with our gorgeous kitty in 3, a 2, a 1. Let's go. There we go. That is the end of our final sprint. How did you do, Hananya?
I would say pretty good, but now I'm like, do I cut all of chapter 2?
No.
Just because I feel like it's unnecessary to have that in. So it just, the way that I've rewritten chapter 1, it doesn't make sense for that whole interaction and everything to be there in chapter 2. So that's why I'm like, should I just delete everything? Like just chapter 2? It's just like a full chapter, but I'm like, I mean, I'm deleting like a lot in this draft, which is like all of my last chapters. Like I have like I think 3 chapters that are completely gonna be rewritten at the end, and I'm definitely cutting sections where it's just like scenes that don't need to be there. But it's okay. It's making this tighter. I mean, it's 100,000 words. Like I need to.
Yeah, it is chunky.
Tighten it up a little bit. So I think it's a good thing that I'm cutting. But
no, I'm sure it is.
Scary.
I'm just like very much an underwriter, so I never have to like cut much at all. I'm kind of adding things in to add, to do more. I wouldn't cope well with taking them out. They're my babies.
I am such an overwriter. So I will have written like the 100,000 words was my like kind of draft. And I'm like, I don't even have like a lot of description in there. So I'm still going to do another round where I'm going to add that. And I'm like, it's going to be a very long book. So I think it's a good thing that I'm cutting some stuff. So just tidying it up a little bit. And I think it's probably going to make it a whole lot better. It's just a little bit scary because like you said, it's your baby,
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. So that's why I was like just procrastinating the last 5 minutes. I was just like, I don't want to cut it. Just sit here
like I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Not ready for this.
Yeah. Harsh times. We were talking about the name for Linny's book. Linny has now gone off now. But like talk about roller coasters and whirlwind. Linny said that whirlwind makes me think of whiplash. And that sounds nice and painful. The memoir isn't very happy. I need to go and feed Hector and Paris before they died of starvation. They were very grateful.
That's good. So no dog has died.
No dog has died during this stream. Not here anyway, possibly somewhere in the world. Oh, a song lyric just popped up and it's I Can't Help Myself With You. And yes, very nice. I'm writing these down. Oh, so cool. We helped. Margaret has finished cooking her chocolate tea bread and it looks really good on Instagram. I did have to go over and have a look. Looks really, really yummy. Ty came and joined us. Hi, Ty. Oh. Ty was having a bit of a rough time last night on his stream with Richard and Adrian. They were both being a little too silly. I didn't join in at all. Or maybe
love for you, Ty.
Yeah. And Laura Nettles came in as well. Says, just did a lovely interview with a horror author for my podcast. Very cool. So nice. Now for some lunch. For some writing. I was asking if there's any news on the coffin that she's hoping to buy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool.
No news, sadly, and she may have to rent one.
What is the purpose of the coffin?
I think it's like a prop for videos and things.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. But so I'm guessing it's just like one particular thing that she wants it for, because obviously she's not going to rent it like, forever.
Forever. I mean, you could if you wanted to.
Yeah. Linny had to go and get ready for work, so we were wishing him a happy birthday again. That is rubbish. He has to work on his birthday. And Joanne came back from the driver's department office and running errands with my mum. And Angela popped in. And she's running the kids around as usual. Someday they will just grab my keys and I will pout. 2 of my boys are old enough to learn to drive. But one of them, the younger one, said flat out, he's like, that's terrifying. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
And the older one has just kind of not got round to it yet. So maybe over the summer he will learn. But that would definitely be weird. I don't think I'll cope with that very well. But I was saying that 90% of what our kids do now, they get themselves to, because most of it's in our town. So they can just walk there.
Sure.
Amazing. Having lived, when we lived on the farm, it was so annoying. It was like every time they wanted to go and do anything, it was like, oh, seriously? Like, come on, don't go and do stuff. No.
Don't do this to me.
Don't do stuff. It's so boring. Every evening. And Margaret saying, switching up my moderns with some Frank O'Connor, intro by Julian Barnes. Very interesting. Cool. Yeah, because Margaret's been doing this May of the Moderns booktube kind of ready thing, which has been very cool. Joanne says, no where's written, but I'm working on my budgeting spreadsheet. Joanne does like her budgeting spreadsheets. Margaret says, after a slice of tea bread and the dregs of my tea, Juana chai? I don't think I said that very well. Well set up for the day. Margaret knows all the words and how to pronounce all the words. She's also a good co-host because she teaches me how to pronounce things.
Right.
Yeah.
It's useful.
Yeah. She says, you guys are fun to chat with.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are. Lula just finished chapter 28. That leaves 5 chapters left. Cool. Lindsay says, you can always release it elsewhere as a bonus chapter. That's such a cool idea. Your chapter 2.
Yes, but no. Just because it's not going to make sense now. I think I've changed like enough events, or like I'm going to change enough events that it's not going to make sense for that to be there.
It would be a bit random. Yeah.
I do have other things that I'm probably like considering. Do you know how I don't know, this is just me probably, but I have literally like, I could write this as a bonus chapter. I could write that as a bonus chapter. I have like ideas.
That's so cool.
Don't you worry.
Yeah. In the Regency book that I just finished, there was a really cool bit. So basically, in order to show some of the rules of the Regency Society, the writer of the book does like a bonus chapter from one of her books with the characters, like the young character, she's like 16 or something, kind of being talked through some of the rules by like her governess. So that was kind of like, that was a pretty cool like, little bonus. I like that. And obviously you're like, oh, that's a cool character. And then you might go and buy the novel as well, which is really cool. Laura Gomez says, I don't drive either. I don't drive. I tried to learn, useless. And then never got around to learning again, basically. I failed my test. And so I would have gone on to do it again, but I was like 5 months pregnant and could barely fit behind a wheel. And then it's just like, I've just never got around to doing it again. And then you leave it so long and then you're like, yeah, it's terrifying. Cars are too big. I don't get how you know where the edges are. How do people park? It's a mystery. I agree.
This is why I drive a Mini.
Yeah. But for someone who doesn't know a lot about it, I'm surprisingly good at telling my husband what to do when he's driving. Why don't you just park there? And he's like, it's not big enough. Like, it'd be fine. Like,
I'm sure we can squeeze it.
Apparently I said it perfectly. It's because I kind of mumbled it and said it quietly.
You said it perfectly. Own it.
Okay, I did. Dreaming Truth says, I'm finally done changing POV from third person to first person for book 1. Oh, that would have driven me insane trying to do that. That's a big job.
But impressive. Well done, you.
It's a big job. Our proprioception as Americans evolves to include the car. Yeah, absolutely. I think the car is a massive part of American life. And also, don't forget that I lived in London till I was 23. So, like, I didn't need a car. There were buses and, the underground and everything every few minutes. I genuinely wouldn't have used a car because most of the places I go to, it would have cost a fortune to be able to park. The traffic would be too bad. So I didn't need it. Yeah. But then you move to Wales and you kind of need it.
Yeah. I only use it really to get around to like my mom's side of the Netherlands, and then when I was in Amsterdam, it's just like you don't need a car at all.
Yeah,
it's the same, and it's so expensive to park it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just more hassle. Only thing is, because there's 6 of us as well, like you know,
we have to get a big car.
Yeah, we have a really big car, but also we need a car from the point of view that 6 people, like taking a bus or something. I mean, the bus service is non-existent here. We couldn't. But say we lived in London and we were all taking the buses or the underground, it would cost such a lot for all of us to do it. It's like, but yeah, we need a massive car because there's 6 of us and then 2 big dogs as well, like all squished in. Laura Gomez says, now that is a hell of a word. It is. Proprioception. Proprioception. Oh God, I was quite confident with it, and now I've like my confidence is gone. I feel that Margaret's testing me with words today. M.L. Bill says, I didn't get many words during this write-in. I was checking out the news about the coronation of King Charles III, but I'm trying to finish my current chapter today. His coronation was today. Yeah, Richard was there, and we were trying to get all the information, find out how Harry's doing and everything, and he just left us hanging.
He's probably just chilling with his pal, Charlie.
Do you reckon?
Maybe.
Do you reckon they're sat
having
next
a
to
pint or something?
Yeah, a pint. We've each got a pint and a slice of coronation quiche. Yeah, the crown's been put to the side. Yeah, and Dreaming Truth is saying thank you to Margaret. Cool, awesome. It has been such a nice live with you, Hananya. I love having you here with me to company. It's lovely. It's really nice. But I know normally you can't do them because usually it's during the week, isn't it?
Yeah, usually I'm at work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know why I decided to do one today, but it's been good. I think
it was meant to be.
It was probably because last week we had that crazy 12-hour writer thing that I did. So maybe I was like, oh, on Saturdays I should do a live stream. But yeah.
Nice.
It's been really cool anyway. Guys, I hope that it's been really helpful for you and you got plenty of good productive stuff done, whether you were making chocolate tea bread or writing or editing or whatever you were doing. I hope that it was really useful. Make sure that you check out Hananya's channel because it's really, really cool and chilled. Her vlogs are just, they're so nice to have on in the background while you're cooking. Yeah. Put them on while you're cooking and you can just experience her life. And it's really, really cool. I will be back. I was actually just working out when I am going to be sprinting next week. And next one is going to be Monday, 3 till 6 p.m. Hananya, would you like to do a little outro for yourself and let anybody know anything you've got coming up?
Sure. So yeah, Hananya here. In case you don't know, I have a YouTube channel where I post videos twice a week. And like Emma said, I basically just have my life trying to write books, but also just in general life stuff. I am also a co-host on a podcast, which is called The 3 Writing Amigas, where we talk about our writer's journey. And I am going to be published in like a month, which is crazy, in the Stitchin collection. So that was something that Margaret was also posting about on Instagram. We are in that together with a bunch of other author tubers.
Christine's in that as well, I think.
Yeah. So just like a lot of great stories in there. So you should definitely go check that out as well. And that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. Okay, so make sure that you have booped that like button and you guys have an awesome rest of the day and rest of the weekend. And I hope to see you very, very soon. Thank you again, Hananya.
Thanks for having me. Bye.